Hey there, Segudo golfers. Tom Segudo here, PGA member, founder of Segudo Golf, and today we're going to talk about why you shouldn't be lifting your arms in the golf swing, and it's the root of a lot of your inconsistency. Special announcement, next Tuesday, August 11th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be going live in a webinar with Sean McConnon, the founder of UpGlove, where I'll be showing you a simplified way to chip and pitch effectively. I look forward to seeing you there, and the sign-up link is in the description and comments section below. The number one problem golfers always want me to fix on the lesson tee is this: inconsistency. They are tired of hitting the ball left, right, up, down, between the legs, and it has to change. You're frustrated. Let's look at Justin Thomas's swing and why lifting the arms can cause you inconsistency. In the backswing, the club needs to travel up this shaft plane on the way back and then back down on the same shaft plane on the way through. And the club should appear through the middle part of the lower back. Let's pay attention to what JT does right here. As he takes the club back, he does a great job keeping the club going up that shaft plane. But you can see he starts to lift his arms right about this area. The club starts going vertical. How do we know he's lifting his arms? You look at the angle of the shoulders, and you see where the hands are related to that angle. As you can see right here, the hands are above the shoulder line, indicating that he has lifted his arms. Now, from this point, how do you hit the golf ball? You've got to get the club back on that shaft plane, remember? So he's going to have to make an insane move with his body to drop the club down to that yellow line. Get ready for this. You start to see his right foot come up off of the ground onto his toes, indicating he's turning his hips really hard. At the same time, he's dropping the club down with his hands. Those two motions, trying to coordinate that, is really difficult and takes a ton of practice. If you have the practice regimen of a tour player, you can make it work. If you don't, like most normal people, you're going to have to spend every day trying to figure out how to time this. So he has successfully dropped the club into this position right here, the magical slot. But the motion required to get there was a really aggressive hip turn and dropping of the hands. Now at this point, he can hit the ball as hard as he wants, which he does. So getting the club to drop into this magical slot here requires on his part a big dropping of the hands and arms and rotation of the hips. And to coordinate that day in, day out takes a lot of work. You're relying constantly on hand-eye coordination, which if you're a tour player and you practice a lot, you've figured out how to make this work on a regular basis, but there's still going to be days when he's relying on timing, and those are the days when he's not playing as well. And his swing is built on this lift and drop and hit concept, so it's always timing. And if you're lifting your arms, it's the same thing. You're still relying on lifting, dropping, and hitting. 3 motions in a span where you've got to hit a golf ball at 0.1 milliseconds of time. 3 motions, 0.1 milliseconds of time. Try coordinating that every day. It's very difficult. So what's the solution to this? How do we eliminate the need for you to rely on your hand-eye coordination all day long? It's simple. We stop lifting our arms and stop having to drop the club in the slot. We do the opposite. Here's what I'm going to suggest. Watch the player on the right as he takes the club back. He's going to swing the club around his body in a circle instead of lifting the arm. So we see halfway back 2 totally different golfers here. JT is starting the process of lifting, whereas the player on the right is keeping the club on the shaft plane. And that club's going to stay on that shaft plane till the hands get behind the trail shoulder, behind the right shoulder. This is done by body rotation, keeping the arms connected to the side. So we see a difference in swinging mechanism here. Hands behind the shoulder. Bingo. Rotational base golf swing. The rotational base golf swing of the body rotation, takes care of the squaring of the club face. We don't rely on the hands and arms to drop or do any mega complex motions. No timing required, or minimal timing required, I should say. And then once he's here, the player's already in the slot, so the move required to get the club back on the proper path is totally different than JT's move. JT has to aggressively turn his hips and drop the club down. Look at that amount of work. And imagine the stress that puts on your body, too. I wouldn't recommend most people doing that. Whereas player on the right, look at this. He's already got the club behind him. It's already in that slot. He just turns back the ball. His foot is still on the ground, rolling inward instead of getting on the toes. So the hips haven't turned a whole lot just yet. And they won't even turn as much as JT has to. It's a lot less stress on your body. It's a lot less effort. And then it's very direct back to the ball. It's so simple. Just put the club around your body, go direct back to the ball. Body rotation. It's body, it's chest, it's torso. As opposed to lift, drop, hit, and combining your body motions along the way. Can you see why lifting the arms can create a ton of inconsistency in your game? You're always relying on hand-eye coordination and trying to figure out how to coordinate the arms and the body. Whereas the player on the right, if you swing the club around your body and stay connected, you can have the club follow that, and it will just effortlessly trace the shaft plane going back and on the way through. It's a really direct, powerful swing. And you don't lose any distance in the process. It's effortless, it's efficient. I want golfers to simplify their games. I want you to simplify your golf game. And the way we do that is we start eliminating big inconsistencies. And lifting the arms, while used by some players on tour, you're seeing a trend with most players going to more of this single plane, arm on the shoulder line type of backswing style. Pay attention to what you see on TV now. You rarely see guys lifting the arms above the shoulders. It's more passé. They know it takes more work. If you take the club around your body, you don't have to worry about positions. You pretty much just set it and forget it, and then take it back to the ball because it's all around the torso turn. So Seguro golfers, thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully this helps simplify your golf swing even more. Take the club around your body, and if you're looking for a way to play your best golf right now, check out my website, seguro.golf, where I'll show you how to take your golf swing from foundation to finish in an effortlessly simple, fun, body-friendly golf swing. I'll look forward to seeing you in class, and have a rockin' week.